police work, incredible partnership, collaboration, to ultimately get some very dangerous people off the street. In January of 2022, the Stockton Police Department Gang Violence Suppression Unit and the California Department of Justice California Highway Patrol Special Operations Unit began a joint investigation in conjunction with the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office into the criminal activities of the Northside Gangster Crips, the Sutter Street Crips, the Five Boys Mob, Muddy Boys.
Can you hear that at all?
Nightingale, Norteños, and Westside Blood criminal street gangs in the city of Stockton. Operation Hybrid Havoc was created in response to an increase in firearm-related violent crimes involving members of these groups in the city of Stockton from 2019 to 2021. As a result of these investigations, investigators authored 24 residential search warrants and arrested 90 subjects related to the various crime violations. In all, investigators recovered 58 firearms, including 12 ghost guns, 10 assault weapons. Investigators seized approximately $23,000 in U.S. currency, confiscated 394 grams of cocaine, 959 grams of ecstasy, 98 grams of methamphetamines, 73 grams of heroin, 54 grams of fentanyl, and 5.3 pounds of marijuana. Now, to highlight some of these arrests, we arrested Damian Cook and a male juvenile were arrested for their role in a gang-related shooting that occurred on January 23rd, 22, in the 1800 block of Platte Road. Additionally, Mr. Cook was arrested for another gang-related shooting that occurred on February 25th in the 400 block of East Flora Street. Antonio Thomason was arrested for a homicide that occurred on February 11th in the 8,000 block of North El Dorado Street. Antonio Hoskins and Roberta Howard were arrested for a homicide that occurred on May 15th in the 8100 block of West Lane. Gregory Miller, Paul Harris, Nolan Hurd, James Ruiz, and C.L. Butler were arrested for conspiracy to commit a burglary of a murder shooting that occurred on March 20th of this year, the 100 block shooting and firearms possession. Alexis Freeman and 2 male juveniles were...
All right, guys, a lot of these shootings they just said I've been to. Flora Street, there he just named like 4 of the homicides that I've been to. So tonight they're having a Patrick Purdy school shooter from 1989. They're having a rally about that. I'll be there later.
Arrested for robbery and firearm possession. Freeman and 1 male juvenile were also arrested for conspiracy to commit an additional robbery.
Have a great day.
Rudy Maldonado was arrested for evading firearms possession and sales of a controlled substance. Please remember, this is still an active investigation that we continue to do a lot more footwork and collaboration and to ensure we get all these criminals off the street.
That's our new chief right there, guys.
Have done some very dangerous things. I personally wanted to thank our Stockton Lieutenant, Robert Dubois, and his staff for the incredible work, the incredible partnerships to be part of this investigation. It's not often that an investigation of this magnitude results in so many firearms confiscated, so many criminals put in jail. We can't even quantify how many lives have been saved by removing these guns from the street. I also want to thank the California Department of Justice, California Highway Patrol, San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Manteca Police Department, Lodi Police Department, San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, San Joaquin County AB 109 Task Force, California Department of Corrections,
Kevin
US
Lincoln,
Marshals,
the mayor,
Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Just an all-star team of law enforcement professionals that came together to do an incredible job. And the results are here. We can see them right before us. Now I would like to turn it over to the California State Attorney General, Rob Bonta, for some comments.
Well, thank you, Chief, for the kind introduction, and I'm always grateful for the opportunity
Tori
to
Verber Salazar,
visit
the
Stockton. This
district
community
attorney.
knows very well the value of grit, the value of hard work, and nowhere is that more evident than in the agencies I'm proud to stand with today.
Thanks,
Above all
Elka.
else, I'm here today to say thank you to them. Thank you to the men and women of the Stockton Police Department. Thank you to the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office. Thank you to our teammates, the California Highway Patrol, on our Special Operations Unit. Thank you to all the agencies, all the men and women who put on their badge to get a job done, to make the city of Stockton safer. I appreciate you. I thank you. Your work is noticed, it's meaningful, it makes our community safer, it makes the public safer. These public servants go above and beyond to keep this community safe. At the California DOJ, we're proud to lend a helping hand when we can. That's why when we received a request for assistance in this investigation, our Special Operations Unit got to work right away. The SOU, Special Operations Unit, is a collaborative effort housed within DOJ between our office and CHP that provides statewide enforcement expertise for combating violent career offenders, gangs, and organized criminal groups. I'm grateful for this team and everyone at DOJ who contributed to today's takedown, including a few individuals who are here today who I want to recognize and thank for their leadership. Special Agent in Charge, Joe Somnick. Thank you, Joe. And Special Agent Supervisor John Palazola. We've done this a couple times now. This is our 6th takedown of this year, and every time I'm in awe. They are patting themselves on the back. The work that we do and the efforts that we make to keep our community safe. So thank you. From the seizure of 58 firearms, including a dozen ghost guns, to getting deadly drugs off our streets, including fentanyl, there's a lot to be proud of today. And that's especially true of 2 additional actions I really want to highlight about this operation. Our work here to solve horrific crimes that had heretofore been unsolved, and our efforts to prevent additional ones from happening in the first place. 2 murders were solved as a result of this investigation. While we cannot take away the grief and loss the Stockton community has felt as a result of these horrific crimes, we can bring to account the people who committed them. And that was done here. But today we affirm law enforcement isn't only about solving crimes, while it certainly is about that, it's also about preventing them. And I'm proud of our efforts here to prevent crime. As part of this operation, we prevented alleged acts of violent crime, including 1 attempted homicide, 4 shootings, a burglary, and a robbery. That is good law enforcement at its finest. Working together to solve serious crimes, working together to prevent crime.
My brother Stevie, I'll come record anytime, brother.
Officer, I know our work is not done. This is DOJ's 6th gang takedown in the last year, as I mentioned, and there will be more, because we won't stop until every child in Stockton and across California grows up safe, until every child grows up in a safe home, school, and community without the threats of gang violence, murder, and shootings. Today is another down payment on those sustained efforts to take dangerous individuals, illegal guns, and deadly drugs off our streets, and also to bring closure to families grieving for the loss of their loved ones. Here at DOJ, and for all of the team members involved in this operation, public safety remains job number 1, number 2, and number 3. I'm thankful for the work of our agents and our partners in Stockton, and together we will continue to put public safety first. Thank you.
Grateful Doj. Yes, we do.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being here. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Attorney General, Rob Bonta. When he came into office just a short time ago, he said to me, Tori, I guarantee you we will be here for Stockton. And he's an honorable man, a hardworking man, and he delivered. He put more than a down payment. He bought the house for us today. So he came to San Joaquin County. He brought us the tools and the resources that we so desperately needed in order to do this kind of complex litigation and investigation. This is not easy. We've been working on it since the fall. Men and women who have been working on this case have not had a day off. They haven't been home with their families. They've missed graduations. You name it, they've done it. They've given us the ultimate sacrifice. From the people in the Stockton Police Department to the District Attorney's Office to DOJ and CHP, I simply say thank you. Your dedication, hard work, and commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of our community is unmatched. And to Attorney General Rob Bonta, I am truly grateful. You have done an incredible service in creating the largest takedown of organized crime in the history of San Joaquin County. It happens because of you, sir. So on behalf of all of us in San Joaquin County and myself, we say thank you. Your dedication and following through on your commitment to make our community safer and better. We're truly grateful. Thank you. This operation was a monumental undertaking, highlighting the true power, and it is power, of the partnership and collaboration between law enforcement and multiple agencies. That leadership and teamwork is incredible. So I would like to thank retiring Chief Jim Chaskra for what he has done, Deputy Chief Catherine Nance and Deputy Chief Antonio Sager for their leadership in this. You're an amazing team to work with, and we greatly appreciate it. Mayor,
old man,
Harry Black, and our new Chief of Police,
old man,
McFadden, welcome. And we're
thanks,
honored
brother.
to have you. And we know this is just the beginning of the incredible things you're going to be doing for San Joaquin County, in particular Stockton. So thank you, sir. And we're honored to have you here. Today, this is, bar none, the most successful organized crime operation we've ever had in San Joaquin County. I want to thank two people in particular from my office, Caitlin Casey, who oversees our organized crime division, and Lisa Mann. They have been relentless in their pursuit of these individuals. 88 individuals were arrested on felony charges. 58 firearms, as you can see, were seized. 12 ghost guns, I'll circle back to that. 10 assault weapons. 10 assault weapons. A myriad of illegal narcotics were moved from the street. Probably the most important is 54 grams of fentanyl. Every gram, every speck, every pill of fentanyl is as dangerous as a bullet because it can take the life of an individual in a second. 73 grams.
So PSA announcement or a air-cooled announcement. If you guys know somebody that's messing with fentanyl, if you know somebody that's either selling it, slinging it, taking it, please knock them in the head and ask them what the hell they're doing. Fentanyl's bad shit, guys.
Grams of heroin, and the list goes on. And then, of course, solving 2 unsolved homicides, bringing justice to those families that the persons responsible for the ultimate harm to our community, taking the life of innocent people, will be fully held accountable in a court of law. This organized effort removed criminal elements from many neighborhoods that have been impacted. I know, along with law enforcement in my office, we drive these neighborhoods almost every day, trying to bring tools and resources to help stabilize these neighborhoods, because as you can imagine, living with this is no easy way to live. But summer's here. Kids can play in the park. We're giving back their streets, and that is powerful. People often ask, how do we get to this point? How do we make a determination as to who we're going to target in these? It's not something we take lightly. As I said, we probably started approximately about a year ago.
I have this. Bloop. Stevie, you just said shit was going through my head as she said that. They're giving back the parks. So does that mean they're taking responsibility for anything that happens since Stockton is so safe now? So, District Attorney, our new police chief, and Kevin Lincoln, they're going to take responsibility in the DOJ for shit that happens because now Stockton's safe, right, guys?
And came into full speed in the fall. We use data and research and analysis, and we make a determination based upon the individual's conduct and past history as to which people we're going to focus on in our community. Who are the true disruptors? Often you hear about the critical 100 that cause the most amount of trouble in any community, and particularly ours. Well, 88 of them are going to spend a lot of time with me. So it sends a big message that we're not playing. And the other 12, you better hope to God I don't find you, because we're going to keep looking for you. So this community deserves the opportunity to thrive. And today the people of San Joaquin County, in particular Stockton, are safer with these organized criminal elements off the street. We sent a clear message that by working collaboratively, not only in the criminal justice arena of investigation and arrest and prosecution, but also in partnership with our community and faith-based organizations. I've seen on Sundays the preachers preaching from the pulpit, violence has to stop. There are better ways. We appreciate that. We appreciate our community-based organizations who have been out there on the street fighting every day to give families a safe place to live. And to our partners in crime intervention and prevention who are out there mitigating so many things to prevent them from escalating and creating greater harm. I say thank you. This is a collaborative effort. As I say, criminal justice is a circle, and we're constantly trying to reduce the size of it. Not one organization can do it alone. All of us working collaboratively must work in that order for it to be as successful as it is today. Organized crime in this county, and in particular in Stockton, will not be tolerated. If individuals think that this is the last they're going to see of us, they're wrong. We're going to stay on this, and we're going to push it, and we're going to grind it into the ground. Our neighborhoods, I want to thank them. They have been living under very difficult circumstances, and it's a project when you work on this that by law I cannot even disclose. People reach out and say, what are you doing? How come you're not doing more? And I'm sure they do to the mayor all the time. By law, we can simply not say anything until the culmination of all of this hard work and efforts. But every day we thought of them, and every day we worked for them. We also want them to know that our door is open at the Family Justice Center to provide wraparound services and to help them, these neighborhoods who have been so adversely impacted, to help them with any recovery and services they may need. We encourage them to reach out to us and reach out to our community and faith-based organizations. We're proud of the sheer amount of crime prevention that came from this operation. Due to collaborative efforts of the agencies, they literally stopped murders from occurring. They stopped shootings from occurring. They stopped burglaries and robberies because of the hard work and dedication, the fact that they worked 24/7 and never took a minute off. They prevented those from occurring in our neighborhoods.
Light Fighter 25th.
As you know, in 2018 and 2019, we drove our crime rate down 40%, our homicide rate, down 40%. Right. In 2020, when the pandemic came, it came back. 2021, we're one of only 2 counties that drove it back down 30%. And I was listening to the city manager earlier. January, we were down 50%. And then March and April, we hit a spike. Well, let me tell you, we swung back, and we're holding them accountable. It sends a clear message that this is not going to be tolerated. The individuals charged from the May 18th, 2022 operation will be listed on our website following the press conference. I'll also be available for questions. Our prosecutors are working tirelessly with our law enforcement partners to review and charge every one of these cases, including the takedown from yesterday, June 1st. You're going to see some common charges. Violation of Penal Code Section 187, to wit, murder. Felon in possession of a firearm, felon in possession of ammunition, concealed carry weapons, loaded firearms, gang enhancements, assault with a deadly weapon, and robbery. Those are just a few of the many charges that are coming forward. As you can see, they're the most serious of those that we can charge. I'd like to thank the Violent Crime Enterprise Unit in my office. Again, I can never thank Caitlin Casey, Lisa Mann, and Chantel Aldana. The 3 of them have worked nonstop for the last several months to ensure the successful prosecution of these individuals. Their dedication, drive, and countless hours assisting with this operation, and the many hours they will spend charging, and the many years ahead of us that we'll spend prosecuting them. It's incredible, the amount of work. So I just want to say today to the people of Stockton, this can and will not be tolerated. If anybody at any time thinks that they can come to our town, to my county, and create this kind of havoc, and do this kind of destructive violence, create fear and terror, sell guns, weapons of destruction, narcotics, violence, robberies, and murder. We'll take a good look at the men and women lining in this hallway. They're going to make sure you're fully held accountable and that you're going to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Hello,
and I want to thank Stockton for standing behind us and believing in us and partnering with the District Attorney's Office. I'm honored every day to work with Stockton Police Department. I'm the daughter of a Stockton police officer, and I know how hard they work and how dangerous their jobs are. Every day, these men and women, along with the CHP and DOJ and the attorneys from my office, put their lives on the line for this community. We owe them a tremendous amount of gratitude. I wish I could identify them, but we got to get them back out on the street to continue the work they're doing. But please know this, to the people of Stockton, you should be very grateful for the men and women of the Stockton Police Department, the Department of Justice, and CHP, and the District Attorney's Office. They're working as hard as they humanly possibly can to ensure your safety and well-being. And we're also going to be here to help lift you up and help you heal from this trauma.
Well, it's not RAF or RAF.
We'll now hear from Stockton Mayor Kevin Lincoln, and then we'll follow that with entertaining 2 or 3 questions.
I'm gonna pause this for a minute. So, RAF, it is to a point all bullshit, but from what I've been hearing and seeing here in Stockton, they've been going after people. The only thing that's not bullshit is they've arrested a lot of people and taken a lot of shit off the streets. And, you know, how they're getting their shit, who knows. But I will say this. Tonight there's going to be a Patrick Purdy rally. A rally for the shooting, 1989 shooting in Stockton, California. At a school, shot many people, then he killed himself. I was here. I was real close to where it all happened. I drove by the scene, seen all the cops going the opposite way. Yeah, it was before, you know, the camera thing. Everybody had cameras. But Patrick Purdy live tonight at the Stockton City Hall, Civic, at the City Hall. I'll be doing a rally. I've got people telling me that it's supposed to be quite exciting tonight. I will be there. If you guys can tune in, maybe between 5 and 6. I will be live at the rally.
Thank you, City Manager. On behalf of the City of Stockton, I just want to thank all the agencies that are involved with getting us to this point where we're at here today.
Mitten State Transparency.
What I want the public to understand and to take away from this press conference is that we understand the complexities of
it starts at 6. Come down, bro.
The City of Stockton. And what you should know is that these agencies, our local law enforcement department, our community-based organizations, our city staff, we're working diligently behind the scenes to protect and serve you, because your safety is our #1 priority. Listen, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll continue to say it, is that enough is enough. We have to protect the residents of this city. We have to protect the future of this city, and that's our young people. Our community, our children do not deserve to experience what they've experienced over the last several months and the long-lasting trauma that lasts as a result of that. So we will continue our efforts to protect this community, to keep them safe, but most importantly, the City of Stockton will unite moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, we'll entertain questions.
Don't like him at all. Can't stand him. He's a cheater. Came from another state after being thrown out for bad shit he did.
I see myself as just being one more perspective that's at an incredible table. And why we're here today just shows how incredible the men and women of the police department are. So I'm humbled. I'm proud. It's my first very proud moment of the police department. I know there's many more to come. I know this work's done.
That's the new chief.
And I'm just happy to be here. Absolutely. You know, it sends a strong message. You know, we do have a lot of gangs in San Jose, and you know, it's just that constant, you know, intervention, prevention, and enforcement, and we just have to be consistent.
He said San
and we
Jose.
have to collaborate because, as we all know, they go beyond perimeters of each city. You know, they travel to the East Bay, the North Bay, Central Valley, and
He
so
came
on.
from San
So
Jose,
we have to
California.
continue these partnerships, continue these conversations. We have to rely on our community. That's the most important component. I'm a firm believer that before a crime happens, someone knows, during a crime, someone knows, and after, someone knows. So we just have to all stand together and just have a zero tolerance approach. Right. Okay.
He's not a strong speaker, that's for sure.
And we've seen more mobilization in organized crime this year. When we saw the spike in 2020, we saw more family-driven violence. We didn't have the capability of seeing children in the classroom when maybe they were being bruised, and we lost our first reporters, with our teachers who do heroic work every day. So by 2020, we saw it was more a spike in that. Now we've seen it was more spike in organized crime the last couple of months. Yeah. We do.
To date, we've had about 21 homicides. Less than half of those are gang-related homicides.
No, they're arrested for homicides. So, no. Sure.
These guys don't get arrested for gang-related homicides. Those uniforms right there have killed many. None of them have been arrested. He needs to go back to New York. New York? Get a rope. Oops, not a rope.
Violence prevention
Bang squad.
Resources are highly effective. They're working well. Again, as I stated earlier, of all the homicides to date this year, less than half are gang-related. I've had the opportunity to work with 2 other cities that have Office of Violence Prevention types of programs. Stockton is the most robust, the most mature that I've had an opportunity to see and be a part of. So a resounding yes, they are highly, highly effective and make a significant difference. Lots of data. We love data.
My dog's out where?
Share all of it with you. Yes.
Mike, first of all, welcome back. It's good to have you. I think what's so critical about the office of the prevention tools that we use is that we're able to intercede with individuals that are escalating, individuals that are starting down a journey that is only going to escalate in the use of force or violence or possible retaliation or some sort of conceived slight or insult. And so you have to have that ability to intercept at those critical points and pivot the energy in a different direction. If you don't, then actions can be taken. You're talking about youthful individuals and with access, obviously, to very dangerous and high-powered weapons that we must stop the curb of those as well. But what they do and that they do so well and that I've had the privilege of seeing firsthand is they intercede with that individual and prevent it from escalating. And then it pivots into a more resource-driven solution. So they're able to connect with them and provide wraparound services, home stabilization, economic, opportunities such as jobs and things like of this nature that keep those individuals from continuing down that journey and put them on a different pathway.
Okay,
so
guys.
It's a critical tool.
Okay, guys. So I've been told about symbolism. Anybody know about symbolism? You guys notice anything about these guys right here? No, it's not that. It's that. And it's that. See this? Symbolism will be their downfall, y'all.
For us, because we definitely, as the city manager has said so well before me, is that we have a very
Well,
robust system, and they're working
man.
24/7, and they have
See
worked
this down here?
just as equally as hard as we have in order to take
Anybody
these
know what
individuals
that
out.
yellow
They're
fringe
working
means
equally
around
as
the
hard to make
flag,
sure
American
that I don't
flag?
have 88 next time, that I have less.
Whoops. Anybody know what the yellow fringe means around the American flag, the United States flag? Shit out rhetoric. I mean, sorry. Spit out. Well,
I'll just take a stab.
I'll just stick with
If you
shit
look
out
at crime,
rhetoric.
this is the fifth city that I've worked for during my career. And Stockton actually has the lowest homicide rate of those 5 cities. I think Stockton's challenge is more of a perception challenge. And it's more internally generated than externally generated. So we have to work on that perception challenge. Not to say that crime does not exist, because crime is a universal happening. But the data does not support the fact that Stockton is a dangerous city. The data does not support that. It's more perception based.
Oh my God, where's he from?
Also,
New
for the last
York.
3 years, crime is declining each and every year. You know, obviously, our goal is to get to as low as humanly possible, but we continue
like
to
the
work
way you
on those
said it,
collaborations. And like I was saying, we have a large circle, and we're trying to reduce that circle. We can only do it with these intervention and prevention tools, with our community and our faith-based.
So did he just say that the crime here in Stockton is not from out of Stockton, it's from within? I wonder what that means. Because I do a lot of checking on the names of the people who they arrest and do this and that. And so many of them come from out of town. They went to out of town schools, you know, all their friends and shit are from out of town. But they come here and they do this shit, and then they say it's from within.
Community doing the works on the street for us. But we also need to do more stabilization for the economy. We need better paying jobs that provide health care and make it so that you can afford housing here. We need to make sure that we're getting and keeping every student in school for as long as possible to ensure their education continues to grow. So we're looking at all and working with all those tools, and we're very grateful to have the partnerships with multiple different agencies in order to do that. So if you look at Stockton Police Department, they're regularly at McKinley School doing great work over there, making sure that kids stay in school. Look at law enforcement as a possibility. We have a youth leadership academy. We used to take 25. We have 65 this summer. We have a wait list because we're doing everything we can to bring our youth into and understand the importance of the work that we do here in criminal justice, the importance of a healthy and well community, investing in that, and then building from it. And I think the city manager, Mr. Black, is correct. We need to do a better job at marketing how damn great this city is and this county is.
Oh, really? Okay.
What I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, I'll answer your question. Well, I'll answer your question, and then we'll have the final word from Attorney General Bonta. Yes, ma'am. I believe last year we confiscated somewhere around 700 or so guns. We're on pace this year to meet or most likely exceed that number, particularly with this action that's been taken yesterday. So
KJ, peace.
Continue to take more and more guns off the street, but as you know, they're reducing more and more as we're taking more off the streets.
Too.
Yes, ma'am.
We took a total of 1,000 countywide, 700 here in Stockton, 250 were ghost guns. In 2019, 25 were ghost guns. These ghost guns are raging terror upon our community. And anybody that sells and distributes these ghost guns into our community should be fully held accountable by law, because this is a weapon that allows people not only to commit crime, but to get away with it. So yes, we definitely take guns off the street every year. Thank goodness for the work law enforcement does. But if you believe in law enforcement and the great work that they do, then help us fight these ghost guns.
Liberty,
Help us fight
liberty,
3D guns,
liberty.
because they're putting the guns in the hands of people who do not, should not, and would never have them, because they're prohibited parties because of their felony conviction or their restraining order, and this is how they're getting the guns.
Fuck.
And
Did
then
I
when
do
we
that?
find them, we're unable to trace them because they're not
Stupid ass
traceable.
beard.
This is organized crime at corporate level.
Shit.
And it has to stop.
I'm trying to do something here. Look at this dude. Man, I don't want to do that again. Let's see if I can zoom. Look at this dude's eyes, man. Is he real?
Yes, thanks to the
Look
leadership
at
of
this
the Attorney
dude.
General. The Attorney General has
Wow.
given us unlimited
What the
resources to do
hell?
projects like this. And I cannot tell you
Look at
how
that
grateful we
dude.
are. I've worked with a lot of Attorney Generals over the last 30 plus years,
Wow.
and they've all been great. But none have been more efficient.
He don't even
effective,
blink.
and have done a harder work for San Joaquin County, in particular Stockton,
Oh my
than Attorney
gosh.
General Rob Bonta. He has brought forth every tool and resource we could
Oh,
possibly
he
use,
did blink.
and we'll continue to grow those partnerships. He has the entire
Oh,
state, so we
shit.
know we're not the sole focus, and we're happy to share and work with other organizations across the state to do. But if you really want to see the most successful model in the state of California, the best way it's been done, look at what Stockton Police Department, DOJ, and CHP did these last 6-8 months. It is the model not only for the state of California, but the model for the nation on how you tackle organized crime. And you can only tackle organized crime when the top leadership says, I'm going to give you every tool and resource to do so. And the Attorney General pledged and delivered it to San Joaquin County, in particular Stockton. And so we're just incredibly grateful.
Yeah, maybe some folks will be available for questions afterwards, but I just wanted to close this out from this stage of the press conference with a huge thank you. Thank you to the district attorney, the police chief, city manager, the mayor, your teams. We are very proud of the California Department of Justice to have been able to work with you. We pledge to continue to work with you as needed to assist here in Stockton and San Joaquin County. And I do want to say this, that for those who are concerned about crime in this area, you have a team that is meeting the moment, that is responding to the call, that is doing everything in their power to address the challenges and issues that we see. And it's an all of the above approach, including what we're doing today, very important. You've seen on full display things like crime prevention, solving crimes, holding individuals accountable for serious crime. But at the same time, we're not only doing this, we're doing other things here in Stockton that work. And the violence interruption programs that have been implemented here in Stockton are second to none. They are a model for the state of California. I'll tell anyone who wants to listen to me, and there is data. We believe in data-based approaches, evidence.
So they say they're a model for we are a model for California. No, we are a model for the United States. What goes on here, when they do shit here, it goes everywhere. New York, Texas, not Texas, but every other state probably but Texas. So whatever they model here, they're going to take everywhere else. We are the most corrupt state in the whole union. Well, maybe New York. New York, get a rope.
Based solutions. We have seen homicide rates be cut in half here in Stockton. And that's incredible because of the intervention. So we're doing the violence intervention programs. They work. The state has millions of dollars invested in it. The federal government does as well because they work. What we did today works as well. And the people of Stockton, the people of San Joaquin County, the people of California deserve us to be doing everything in our power and to be working as we are today
Rose. Hello,
in partnership,
peace.
in collaboration, teaming up to get the best results possible for the people of the state. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes the press conference.
Corrupt. They all be corrupt. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. I may be live between now and then, but between 5 and 6, I'll be live at the rally downtown at the city hall. Anybody local wants to come and hang out, come on, bring your camera. If you can go live or not, just come record. I've had word that it's going to be very interesting, so that's a good one. Voodoo Eyes, L. Croft, you're welcome. It works. Press conference. Voodoo eyes. Where's that voodoo eyes? Voodoo eyes. How come I don't see no voodoo eyes? Voodoo eyes have me blocked? What is voodoo eyes? All right, y'all. Have a good one. Salty. Peace. Yeah, hit that like button on the way out if you haven't. Show a little support. I love you guys. Have a great one. Thanks for joining. Peace.